Hi there, I'm McMonagle from the Sunday Mail. Here we are back in the green room, but this week I have a special guest, Jae from the Panics. Jae, how are you?
I'm real good.
How's life? How's things in the band?
Things in the Panics is really good. Been in England now and Scotland for it's been pushing 3 months now. So to people that don't know, it's an Australian group, but we've been around a little while back home.
Yeah.
And basically 3 months ago moved to Manchester and started kind of working on a bit of a plan to get, basically get known over here, and got a release of our album Cruel Guards coming out June 1st.
Yep.
So everything's been working up towards that. So we're just in the middle of a tour now, which is like a support tour with a Scotsman, Paolo Nutini.
Yeah.
Who's very popular here, which has been brilliant for us because we've been warming up. He's packed houses every night the last couple of weeks. So for us, that's a brilliant kind of start for us, and basically working towards our own tour, which starts in about a week.
I left my heart in places, forgot every one of their faces, and tried to navigate a broken path of which I may have helped create. In any incident, this is never no accident, to stand alone and let the silence make itself at home.
Okay, so it must be all about the tour for you at the minute, get building towards your own one, and where there'll be much more excitement for you, I guess.
Yeah, that's basically what we are as a touring band, and we've been on the road at home in Australia for about 5 years. As soon as we were kind of old enough and good enough, we basically started driving long distances, at quite regular times. So it's what we're used to. It's the only real way we know how to get our name out, and at the same time get to check out a bunch of countries that we don't know much about. So,
yeah.
This is our first time in Scotland, and it's been a couple of weeks of just seeing these beautiful cities, which change very quickly on the countryside. It's just it's magnificent, and then end up at the end of the day in some beautiful old venue, in some old theatre that's 150 years old. I just love that.
No quick fix can undo it. I'll give it up, I won't resist. My answer's always this. I said don't fight it, don't fight it, don't fight it. If you don't know what it is, if you don't know what it is.
I guess having Paolo, a Scotsman, as your tour guide as well can't be bad.
No, it's brilliant. No, we're real grateful that he kind of got us on his tour, because I guess he could have had, a more well-known group.
Anyone really, couldn't he?
Yeah, but we're brand new here, and everything's kind of come to place really good. And over the last kind of month, with our single "Don't Fight It," which is just coming out now, but it's been all over kind of radio and slowly spreading across the country and across England and Scotland, and just to have things working in unison. I'm just hoping that that our tour, which starts next week, will have, that'll be the true test of whether or not the word is spread.
Where has my light gone? Where has my fight gone? What keeps us burning when the fight is long gone? When I can't relate to that voice without a face, should I be afraid, or is it just a voice I did create?
You've had success in Australia, obviously. You've done well over there. What made you pack it all in and come here to start over again?
I think we just it took us a while to kind of get good enough and to make recordings that were kind of to our own personal standard back home. And then when it went really nuts this last year for us at home, and that was such a relieving, great thing. And I think we just basically recognised that now is the time to try and, if we wanted to have other audiences, and there's all these places around the world who know nothing about us, we had to kind of strike while we were full of that kind of excitement. And I think we could have stuck around in Australia and probably got a little bit too comfortable with the fact that we were doing all right, So
it's time to push on somewhere else, basically, trying to achieve more.
Just, try and replicate what we'd just done in that place over here. Every place I've been around the world, I don't find people too different. The places are, but I think music lovers are the same. And to be in England and checking out the music scene here, and I just can't see any way that we shouldn't fit in.
Yep. Well, you've got the backing of some big stars in Manchester. The Happy Mondays are semi-involved with you, aren't they?
Yeah, we got. It's just a very random thing that took place with us when we were first getting together. The place we're from, Perth in Western Australia. The Mondays had finished a tour around Australia, and the drummer Gaz in the Mondays had become friends with Pete Carroll, who then became our manager. But Pete's long story short, Pete is Sean Ryder and Paul Ryder's first cousin. They all grew up together. And Gaz and Peter just were talking about starting an independent kind of label. Didn't really know how to go about it or how you find the groups to do it and all that. And we just happened to be playing in the pub when they were having that conversation. A little pub up the road from their house, and we just had a conversation that night, and it just turned into this kind of thing where we just said, look, we're finishing off our first recording, which was an EP. And they said, look, we'll put it out, no strings attached, and just, we needed the guidance to see how to do it anyway. And so we just became friends over the summer, and one of the first things, they got us to do, because they're both from Manchester, was, we went to Manchester a few years ago. They said, why don't you come to England and just check it out, and you can write some songs and play a few gigs. And we did that, and this is our 4th time in England now. We just kind of made... we've been to Manchester a few times, more than anywhere else in the world actually, just to kind of go there and hang out and just work on our music. But this is the first time now we have a good, with a really good independent label here in Manchester, got a really good crew of people who are finally helping us out. So it's the first time we've actually got it all together, and we're going for a big push, and it's all kind of coming together.
I'm sure it will, and I hope it works out. Have a great gig tonight, and enjoy your tour.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. That's it from Jae from the Panics.